Juneau Live Studios, and welcome to the Juneau Showrunner Camp 3:30 stream this June 27th. I'm here today with Lucy Merrell, the musical director of Resurrection Lutheran Church here in Juneau, and I'm going to be interviewing her today. Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. What is your role at the church?
My title is music director, and that means different things in different churches. But for this church, it means that I play the organ and direct the bell choir and help with planning for the services.
Okay, so you mentioned the bell choir. What is a bell choir?
A bell choir is a group of people that play bells and don't sing.
And so what are bells?
Okay, I have some samples here. Resurrection has 5 octaves of bells, which starts at, this is not the very biggest because the cases are so heavy, I didn't get out the heavy case. But from C, which is 2 octaves below middle C on the staff,
Okay.
and this one, C8, which is, let's see, 1, 2, 3 octaves above middle C.
Okay.
And the bells they're like the keys on a piano. There's one for each note, and they have, this brand has white handles and black handles just like keys, so you can help see
Okay.
what you're playing. And so when you have a bell choir, it depends on how many people and how skilled they are, but typically a person is in charge of 2 notes on the piano, like C. I brought out the G and the A, but that means you're also in charge of G flat and G sharp and A flat and A sharp. So so anyway, you have 2 bells, but you could be playing 5 bells. So.
Well, they look complicated, but I hear that they're individual. So how long does it take to learn bells, do you think?
I can have people ringing at their very first class.
Okay.
But it's pretty simple.
Yes.
You learn to ring and you learn to damp and stuff, and then gradually you start playing more difficult music and a little faster, and then you start adding all the special techniques that are really fun.
Yeah. So, and how much time do you practice per week, just to upkeep?
Our choir practices an hour and a half once a week. Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been directing the bell choir?
Boy, probably 35 years.
Whoa.
Maybe longer.
Well, how did your career start then?
Well, actually, I used to live across the street from another church that had a set of handbells. And when they had somebody absent, they knew I could read music, and I just lived across the street, so they'd call and see if I could come play. And I thought it was so much fun. I asked Resurrection if we could start a fund to get bells, and I made arrangements with the other church that we could, while we were fundraising, we could practice at their church to generate interest.
Yes.
And then when we played, we just hauled everything over here. And so that was just for 2 octaves, and we gradually increased it to 5 octaves.
Wow. How long does it take to set up, and what does the setup process look like?
Wow. We are very lucky at this church because we leave our tables set up completely, and we just store all the equipment underneath the tables. But some churches have to put everything away after every rehearsal and bring it out every Sunday when you're playing, and some of them have to carry tables up and down stairs. I mean, I just count my blessings for having everything accessible. So it's just a matter of 5 or 10 minutes when people get here to get all the bells and maybe chimes and other equipment out. Everybody kind of does their own thing.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. We've got, how many people are in the bell choir? I see a lot of places here.
Okay, 10 for ringing 3 octaves, and if I have 11 or 12, then I can ring 5. So I'm always looking for more ringers.
Okay, and so that is it for my questions. I'm going to pass it on to our other interviewer, Killian. So just stay watching. Thank you for letting me interview you.
Sure.
Stay watching as we make a quick little interviewer transition.
Killian.
Will you demonstrate to us how to play the bells?
Sure. These are the G and A, the below the middle C on the bass clef. And to ring a bell, you just you kind of ring low and snap your wrist, and then bring it up and damp it on your shoulder. And then you learn to do it with 2 hands. And then the bell music looks just like piano music with all the notes on it. And you just have to know what notes you're responsible for, so you watch the music going by and play when your note is there. It sounds easy. It isn't. There's a pretty steep learning curve to play bells.
And on that, how hard is it to coordinate all of the people playing the bells?
It really depends on the skill of the ringers. And often in a choir you have people of many different levels of, some kind of beginners and some very accomplished. And it also depends on the difficulty of the music. And earlier in the season I choose easier music because people forget a lot over the summer. And then by the end of we usually do a concert at Christmas time and sometimes in the spring.
That makes sense. How many bell choirs are there in Juneau?
There are 4 churches with bells, but only 2 churches are using them.
And what is a musical director?
Well, churches have different responsibilities for that title, but I help choose hymns. I'm kind of the reference person for liturgy selection and other things that involve the service, and then I play the organ and direct the bell choir.
That's cool. Can you demonstrate playing the organ for us?
Sure. Oh, before we forget, I also want to mention that we also play with chimes. These are played like this. And there's lots of special techniques for bells too. Playing them with mallets. And then you can play them sometimes with it suspended. And you can do a tolling, which is... And you can pluck them. Or play staccato like that. That techniques are really fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go see the organ.
Okay. This is called a 3-manual organ. This is the swell manual, the great manual, and the choir manual. And I also have a full pedal board that I play with my feet. Each manual has their own stopped sounds that you choose depending on the sound that you want to get. Some of them are the same on manuals, but most of them are all different for each one. And then also you can couple the manuals together if you want a fuller, richer sound. So this is one of my favorite settings for the swell manual for an accompaniment. And then I often play it with the oboe on the choir. This is the melody. And the great manual is the one I use most of the time for playing hymns and playing liturgy and stuff like that. And then the pedals are, you play like this. And that the pedal is challenging. And I'm not as proficient on that as I would like, but I'm getting better. You have any questions?
I don't think so. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to thank Lucy for letting us interview her. It was great, very talented what she showed us today. And thank you, Juneau Live watchers, for watching our June 27th, 3:30 Showrunner Camp stream.
We'll see you here tomorrow, same time, same place.
Goodbye.
Bye.